go.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the 2010 Bright House Clearwater Superboat National Championships. We are here in Clearwater, Florida, and we couldn't ask for better weather. It is Chamber of Commerce weather. 78 degrees, light breezes, 1 to 2 foot seas. We're looking for some high speeds as these racers set the liquid racetrack on fire as they vie for national championships. There is no tomorrow. This is it. This is for all the marbles. They're set to go, and if you are, well, let's do it. I am joined now by the chief inspector and the chief referee. Bill, as the inspector, you really go over these boats with a fine-tooth comb and you really look at the canopies.
Yeah, I'd like to see that everybody has a safe canopy and everybody kind of follows the guidelines a little bit and make it safer. Be sure that everything in there is working right. They have all their air and all their jackets and everything in the right condition. So.
Speaking of blades, the newest thing out are these titanium propellers. They are just astronomically priced. So are you going to allow those or not?
As of right now, we're in the procedure of trying to determine exactly what the cost really is. You know, you hear all these numbers, but we're trying to nail it down to see. It looks like they are probably 3 times as expensive as the most expensive stainless prop that we utilize now. That being said, if that actually comes to fruition, we wouldn't allow it because it's just not fair to the average guy that can't afford to buy that type prop.
I'm here with Clearwater Race Chairman Frank Chevis. And Frank, you have worked non-stop since last year to put this together, but all the hard work has certainly paid off.
It certainly has. Look at this weather. It's unbelievable. Tomorrow's race has got to be probably one of the best days of the year because they're calling for it to be about 74 degrees, Chamber of Commerce weather, and look at all these boats here. There must be 30 to 40 boats racing and another 30 to 40 boats here on a big old poker run.
We have record crowds here, and just like you said, the weather is a big part of that. Spectator fleet, they're saying tomorrow, is going to be so crowded you can like walk across the boats, so it's going to be a fantastic race.
Well, last year they said there was 2,500 boats out there. That was coming from the Coast Guard, and they said that they figured there was 10 people on a boat. I know on my boat, or on my son's boat, there was 17, so that just tells you a little something. And I think the word's out today out there. If you go out there right now, and this is practice day, there's 375 to 500 boats out there right now, which is pretty impressive for a practice day on a Saturday.
Well, Big Frank, once again, thank you so much for all the hard work you put into this, and we look forward to coming back here many more years to come.
Yeah, me and John Carbonell, we struck a deal for 10 years, so we plan on doing it up and getting better and better every year.
Okay. Gary, this weekend here in Clearwater can be a banner weekend for you. If you win here in Clearwater, you will be 10 times national champion. That is phenomenal.
Well, Stan, what it does is it tells everybody just how old I am, but I've been happy with racing boats for about 25 years, and I'm sure if the next guy raced for 25 years, he may get 10 himself, but no, I appreciate it, and thank you, and we do look forward to trying to put the Mappé boat out front. Jean-Claude is flying in from France, and he's going to do another phenomenal job of racing, and we hope to get it, but there's a lot of other guys out there gunning for it.
This place is a perfect place to do that because it's really one of our banner stops of the year. This town really gets behind the races. It's a week-long extravaganza, block parties, concerts, poker runs, fishing tournaments for handicapped kids. It's a big affair. What a better place to do it.
No, this is one of our favorite places on the SBI circuit. I've been over to the beach with the boat today, and people just come running out, and they appreciate us being here. They make a real good effort for everybody in the entire community to come out, and it shows a lot when you're out on the race course and you're looking at the beach and it's just nothing but people having a good time.
But being a national champion here is not a done deal because you got some stout competition.
Yeah, my competition just went out and bought another boat, the one that was my nemesis last year. I think he did that purposely, but all it does is just raise the bar, and that's how we all get better.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I just walked in on these guys, and they were having one serious conversation strategy-wise, because if you guys can put it together tomorrow, race day, you'll be national champions. This will be 4 times in a row. Unreal.
It's been a project, but we've done well with it. Kyle and I have worked hard to make that happen. It's not the easiest thing to do, but hopefully everything goes well tomorrow and we should be able to complete it tomorrow. At least that's certainly what we're working for. So we have a few little tricks up our sleeves, so hopefully we're in good shape.
Kyle, it's all about getting these boats dialed in, and you guys have really got this Phantom dialed in correctly. Now tomorrow you're going to be going clockwise, and that's going to be very unusual.
Yeah, it is, but I'll tell you, from my perspective, on a clockwise course, it favors us, the drivers, because when we make those right-handed turns, I'm a little bit closer to the buoy, I'm a little on that angle as the boat canters over, you're right there, and it's not as unnerving. And as Jim said, you know, we've had some good success, but let's not forget one thing. You also need lady luck when you do this, because we have 2 speeds in offshore powerboat racing, and that's usually idle and wide open. And you can, you know, things got to hold together, and you know, knock on wood that you know, we don't have something go wrong, and you know, bring this thing home with another checkered, and by golly, take another national championship would just suit us fine.
I am with V&M Motorsports and Production 5. You guys have one, there's 2 here, but you guys got one of the very, very fast velocity pad bottom boats here to go racing.
Yeah, we do, and it'll probably be a battle between Steve and us tomorrow.
You guys are no strangers to these waters, and Steve has not either, so I tell you what, it's going to be a tough battle.
Yeah, it usually is. We battled out with him and Steven very good. You know, it's been a couple years now we've been going back and forth, so it should be a good race tomorrow.
They're saying that the water conditions have really laid down a lot. The winds are starting to pick up now, but would you prefer a little bit of rougher water, or do you like it smooth?
1 to 2s would be really good for us. You know, they got about 4 more feet in the boat than we do, and it helps out a lot for them in the rough water. If it gets calmer down there, we'll really be up in the front with them.
Looking forward to a great battle here on the Gulf of Mexico.
Sure. I mean, drive pits again? Is it by that Coachman Park or is it?
Yeah, same Coachman Park.
Coachman Park, yeah.
I think there is. I think they have the Jolly from.
Maybe there?
hence the
cool.
poker face.
Okay, good. Okay, remember. I'm gonna save this as a boater man.
up. Go. Go, 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 go. Get it up.